How is it going then, everybody? I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA Analyst, and today I'm going to be talking to you about why I think FIFA 21 is going to be very similar to FIFA 20 based off the pitch notes that EA have given us and the information that they've provided with regards to FIFA 21. If you do enjoy the video, please let me know by giving it a like, and you can subscribe to the channel, and we do also stream over on twitch.tv/FIFA Analyst. A link in the description for all of that. If you want a copy of FIFA 21, we are giving away 3 copies, link down in the description box below. In the background, you have got some gameplay, just some FUT Champs, all that sort of stuff, so you got something to keep your eye on, but I'm going to be talking to you about FIFA 21 and my reasoning behind my thoughts here. Now, when they went ahead and gave us the pitch notes and the gameplay changes with regards to the creative runs and any other elements that they gave us with the agile dribbling and just the general changes to goalkeepers covering near post a little bit more, but no changes to the things which I actually think are the key parts to why we need what would make the difference between FIFA 20 and FIFA 21. The key factor on why I think FIFA 21 and FIFA 20 are going to be very similar in terms of play style and gameplay is because of no changes to custom tactics and no actual changes to the shooting mechanics, along with a few other things which I'll go into in just a minute. Now, first of all, you might think, or you might refer back to this video in 6 months' time and go, it's nothing like FIFA 20. And if it isn't, and it's in a better way, I'll hold my hands up and I'm going to be glad, all right? But hear me out, all right? So let's start with custom tactics. Why do I think this is such a big issue? Now, when you look at the game as a whole and the way it's coded and the way the movement of attacking AI, defenders, and how the game is meant to be played, which is slow, possession-based, because that's what is the meta playstyle this year. No changes to custom tactics means that, well, unless they speed up the gameplay, it's just going to be the same. Because what EA do, and you can sit here and think this, but they really don't, they basically grab FIFA 20 or the previous FIFA and they work on that for the next game. They don't design a brand new game from there because it's a yearly cycle. It has to keep changing each year. So they basically carbon copy it. Unless there's a change to the game engine, which there isn't, we're still on the Frostbite, it's probably going to be very similar. What would be my solution to this would probably be to go back to the old custom tactics, to FIFA 18 days, FIFA 17 days, where you had a lot more control over how you wanted your team to play and what you wanted your team to do. This year, in my opinion, tactics as a whole don't make a massive difference. You can go and run 1 depth, 5 depth, 10 depth. If someone holds the ball for 2-3 minutes in game, your team naturally drops back. You can't run an offside trap because on the previous FIFAs with the old tactics, offside trap meant that your team would hold a high line. This year, you can't do that. You can spam offside trap, which is a different thing, but the team still drops back and it still goes deep. So unless they change the actual speed of the gameplay, make players feel quicker, defenders feel slower, well, the defenders are still coded to just sit back and drop. I've tested it where I've not touched my defenders. I've just literally held with a striker between 1 depth, 5 depth, 10 depth, and just watch them do the exact same thing. They don't hold their line. They don't use their brain. They just all go and drop back into that 18-yard box, even when the ball's only on, the center circle or something. That's just how the game is this year. It's very slow and they just drop back too much. So that's kind of my first concern, my first issue. Now you might go, yeah, but they've given you more runs to be able to create runs and, creative runs and agile dribbling. Yeah, fantastic. What I think they've done is given you more resources to combat the AI defensive drop back play style, which is great. And these agile runs might be able to do you a favour, but you're still going to be sat on the edge waiting to cut him open, It ain't going to be a that person hits you on the counter, this person plays a quick 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, because they've not changed the tactics, they've not changed the core gameplay by the seams of it from the pitch notes that they've given us. The other factor that I'm a little bit worried with is that obviously there's no changes to shooting as a whole. They've made goalkeepers cover the near post more, apparently according to the pitch notes, but no changes to the shooting mechanic, which means that shooting may be very similar. Well, shooting this year is inconsistent as anything, really. You get in on a one-on-one with one of the best strikers on the game, you might finesse it, he hits the post and there's no one around him. The next game, though, he scores it. It's very inconsistent this year. The other side to it is that they have given us, hopefully, what we're seeing from the pitch notes is a new avenue to score with, as I've got a little bug jump on me. It's very warm here in the UK. With actual crossing, they've put in these power headers, which means that you hold L1, R1, and they power header it, and headers are now manual, which means that based on your power and your direction, that's ideally where it will go. That may help aid the drop back a little bit, because if someone drops back, you just get the ball down the line and you cross it in and you might get a goal. Again, we don't know until we play it and see it. So that gives that a little bit of a positive. But then the counter argument to all this is that they've introduced something called like player personality, and their attributes are going to be based on how they read the play, where they step in and where they step out, and the defenders going, I need to go over and cover that run and all that sort of stuff, which makes me think it's then catering more towards the casuals, obviously, and giving you more AI resources to help you defend and help you track these runs. So it's like they give you, they give you one thing to go, yeah, here's creative runs, you'll be able to combat drop back here, and then they give the AI two things, and you're still back where you are. And that's my massive, massive concern going into FIFA 21, based on the pitch notes and kind of what they have given us. I could be completely wrong here, but that was my biggest concern. The other sort of elements is the fact that there's no change to second man press when you hold RB on Xbox, R1 on PlayStation. There's no change to that. What does that mean? That the actual ability to press a man, track a runner, isn't really there still. You can't. This year, one of the things that's been so hard is that they haven't found the balance between team press, down and left on the D-pad, constant pressure, and anyone being able to press on the game, or someone from minute one being able to press without doing that. If I play against a very good player, but it's too early to go into team press, it's 0-0, but I want to be able to manually press him, I might as well bang my head against the wall. You can't do it this year as much. Back on FIFA 18, with the old custom tactics, it was down to you, and you could do it, and you could change, how much your team presses a little bit, but it didn't counteract in a certain way, and it made things a little bit more skill-based based on that player. One of the best players I ever played against on FIFA 18 was Kurt. Kurt could press like an absolute machine because he had the ability to do the second man press, to switch, and kind of go from there. So that's where I am still very, very concerned with what they've given us so far. I don't think there's going to be any other gameplay changes when, EA obviously have come out and said this is our key changes to the pitch notes. Well, are they really going to change anything else at any point after that? I'm not 100% sure. They could do, they might not. I really, really don't know. I hope they do. As I said, these are the key to me. They're not going to change the tactic system because it's too late. They're not going to just go ahead and change something. I think the problem that we find with EA, and we saw this last year, is that if they change like overload ball side, they break something else and something else gets stronger. And that's kind of how it seems to work, that they fix one thing and another thing breaks along with it. That's why I don't think the custom tactic system will be changed this year. We might be looking at it next year. But yeah, I am a little bit concerned. All I'm basically warning you is don't expect a really attacking game, play style, different speed, tempo, just based off the pitch notes alone. From me, reading those pitch notes and going over them says to me that the game's probably going to be quite similar unless they drastically just put some magical formula in and make the game feel quicker. And then you can do these quick 1-2s and, run 4-1-2-1-2 narrow and be really direct with it. Me personally, guys, I can't see it. But again, I would rather make this video and we look back on this in 6 months and go, haha, you were wrong, analyst. And I'll go, great, fantastic. And I'd rather that. We'll sit here and see. It's we're in August at the minute when recording this video. Let's look back on this maybe at the end of the year. We'll look on this just before Christmas time. And then we'll see exactly how we are looking in regards to that. It's going to be the end of the video, guys. If you did enjoy, please let me know by giving it a like. And as I said, you can subscribe. Make sure you do enter the FIFA 21 giveaway. All you have to do is all you have to do is follow, retweet on Twitter, tag a mate that you think needs some improvement in his FIFA game, and you might be able to win yourself a copy of FIFA 21. I want to thank you all very much for your support. As always, it is greatly appreciated, and I will catch you guys in the next video.